Morning folks, Monday morning. Hope you enjoyed that little bonus one yesterday, just me tinkering around here making stuff. Anyway, a bit chillier this morning, to say the least. Thank you for your comments and likes, welcome new subscribers as always. So we've just been boxing some bits up, wrapping up and getting booked on for carrier. Got one more to do up there, some engine panels that we made up. Just got to measure that, weigh it and get a price for shipping. And then see what we can do today. I'd like to think we can get that truck out of the way. Right, we just brought the front axle in. Gonna make a start on getting this strip tape, but I have got that truck to take up to Westbury this morning. So at least it's in there. We'll just have quickly get the drain plugs out of those ends of that, so they're draining out, because there's still going to be some oil left in there, but we'll drain it out, then we can get it stood up, upright, like we always do, and start stripping out and get a trumpet off, deal with it, clean brakes, blah, blah, whatever, put it back on, then we'll take the epicyclics off after, because I found it's easier, use the crane to lift that on and off. Right, we got the filler plug. He's loose. What the depth the oil is in here is going to spewing out. Nope, nothing coming out of that. We have got the drain plug. He's come undone. Bit better than the last one. There's nothing left of him. No. Better poke the hole out. There's nothing running out. Yeah. Let's find the hole. Shove that in there. Oh, we have got something coming out. Well, as you can see, the gas torch and the hammer had to come out. He did not want to come undone, but heated it up and he eventually come out, so that one's on draining. Right, the taxi service turned up. We got this truck up to Westbury now, so trade plates are on, started up, air's built up. Let's hope we get there with an uneventful journey. So let's get going. Back from dropping the lorry off. They reckon they might be able to do it today. An interesting conversation with the guy, because I had a moan about the other main dealer that couldn't do it, and yet this is kind of a private main dealer. He said, the trouble is, a lot of them have forgotten how to do this stuff because it's old. And yeah, we should have it done today. So I'll wait to hear. Anyway, we've now got the front axle still on its end. So we're starting doing some bolts, get this here trumpet, lift it off. Right, well, we've got chainsaw going again, but we've got all the bolts undone, nuts off, all the way around here, and literally just before I videoed this bit, I had a phone call. The lorry, the guys just rung me to say it's done. I'm like, you what? They've done it with a man-cat computer, so I can't work out why the other lot couldn't. So he explained to me, you've got to put a little bit of software in to update it to then make it take the information, and it works. So it'll be a trip back up there tomorrow night. I can pick that up because I want to get this off. Right, so we got strung up, ready to go up. What's going to happen? It's close. It moves. I forgot one nut. What an idiot. There's one that was hidden under there. And then we should have lift off. But I never did. It's out. Get that off out of the way, we don't want that. There'll be a new one going in. Let's swing this over out the way and we can have a look inside. Turn you around a bit, see what we're doing. Now we can go down on the floor. Get that out of the way. Let that hang there a minute, I'll deal with that in a second. Anyway, come with me. What have we got in here? Anything missing on any of that? Crane wheel teeth look all right, and they're in the hole there. The pinion gear, yeah, there we go. All looking okay in there. Bearing, no chunks missing out of that one. Super job. Right, we'll get this tipped up the other way. Get the bracket off, stand it up, we can deal with the brakes, and then we get ready to disassemble all the bolts out of there and get this bit off, ready to lift the diff out to deal with those brakes. Right, who's feeling strong? It's a Monday morning after all. So, let's get this up on its end. Oh! Got there. It's up. Bit of oil there. Mop that up. At least we haven't got the snow here like JT's Barn and Grill. That's a bit white over there. Right, well, we got that off. We got that out. Off of that. I did notice something though. This bearing was sticking out a little bit. You can see where it's been rubbing on the actual diff itself. So whether there's a circlip supposed to be in there, I don't know. I'll have to refer to the book to check. But it seems to be okay, other than yeah, it moved out. Right, well, so we've got it apart. Let's see if we can get some bits and pieces off. They're tight, so we're going to need a bit of persuasion. There we go, one, but he'll be the same. There we go, that's that. Those loose. Just the retaining screws to hold it in place. It don't fall apart when put it back together. It keeps the seals in place. There you go, down there. Right, let's where's the old bit there? The old Flying Fergie man's gonna have to do this because he's got trouble with his expander. It's sticking. Get your fingers under that. You can come off. Go down there. Ready for cleaning up. That's yeah, bit of build up of dirt in there for certain. Also the other one, we've got to get the pin out for the we've got to disassemble this lot here for the diff lock. That's all we'll be taken out to be able to get this off. So we'll deal with that in a minute. Let's get a bit of cardboard and put everything on the floor and see what we got going on in there. Right, we got everything extracted. All looking very good. As I say, also we did drain the diff out completely, but you never get all of it out. So by me draining that, so that's empty, we'll flop all this oil in. What's left in there, I can lift this half shaft out, let it all go into that bit. This will be then clean, put the shaft back in, when I assemble it, we can then drain the rest of the oil out of that before we take that apart, so we don't end up making too much of a mess. But yeah, that's I expect that a lot of that is from around there where the bearing was rubbing. Right, we've got all the crud cleaned out of this. Obviously still got oil in there, so I'll take this and give it a pull that out. And then we get that out the way on our mat and give her a bit of a clean up. There. Oh. It's looking all right. No damage that I can see. I'll pop that down here out the way. Now, yeah, what oil was left in there, down there, has disappeared down into the hub out the way. we can give that a wipe round, then pop the shaft back in, and then clean this side up, start reassembling it in there. All cleaned out, drop the shaft back in, and give these friction discs and spacers a wipe over. They're all looking all right. Put that in there, keep building it back up. Other than just dirty, nothing too much to get excited about in here. Yeah, I'm still pleased that they rung up to say the truck's sorted. That's a result. Proper result. Right, one expander. All the springs are all intact in it, which is good. We'll give it a tug in a minute and make sure it kind of does what it's supposed to be doing. Yeah, that's pulling out and retracting. We know that's okay. See, obviously this is a later one, it's 1250, it's got wet brakes in it. Generally not a lot to go wrong with these. Go in, then we've got the locating pin, that little one there. Keeps everything in line from twisting. A few more discs and plates to go. Then we can clean that end, carry a plate up. Get some new seals. Get that back on there. Have a gander at the diff. And then look at that nose bearing on that pinion. See what's been going on there. Oh, 2 more to go. And the last one there. Plenty of life left on them. Just like that. I'll come around here and give that a pull. Probably can't see it, but everything moves up and down on the shaft and retracts. Bosh. Right, we've got the front pinion part out of the diff. Also, we know the seal was leaking, so we've hooked that one out. Giving it a clean up. We have a nice new one here, double lip seal, to get popped in there. Get it down in this hole, retaining circlip to go in after, and then we're going to have a look at the pinion bearing, or the nose bearing. So we'll get that one down here where it's supposed to be, and the circlip back in there. There, diagram says number 26, circlip, 26, circlip. So I thought, one missing off of there. So we'll give this a careful tap down. Hopefully there's a groove in there, and we can find a circlip to go on it. Definitely say there is a groove there. So let's go and raid the store and see what we can find. That'll do it. Now we can put this thing back together. So that's going to slip into its home in there, and then we can get this one back on there. Bit of sealer around the bolts and tighten it up. See. Nice new sealing that, ready for when that bit sits in it. Right, we've got that all reassembled. That's all looking happy. So circlip on the back, that ain't gonna go anywhere. Give this a bit of a wipe round and clean up, and drop it back on there. And then time's running out for today, but we'll see if we get the diff lock off of that. Right, new O-ring fitted around there. That's going back on. get some bolts in it. Well, a dose of wrestling later, because that diff lock thing, we try to lift it up, you gotta get that shaft off, you gotta get that bit off of there. Not so easy on your own, but never mind, that's a part. So that's something. Got all those out, they're all okay, all nice and no distortion. Bit of crap in here though, but what you see so far, not looking too bad. Good clean up, do the same. There's not much oil in this side, so we'll pop that out, let whatever's in there drain into that, clean it up, reassemble, pop it back onto there. Right, that's a bit cleaner. So shaft's been out, gone back in, it's all clean down in there. I'm gonna go now, so that lot can be dealt with in the morning. I think that's a damn good show for today, and certainly had me truck fixed, so that's a tomorrow job to go and pick that up. My nose is running because it's cold. But, God, time to go home. See you in the morning. Morning, folks. Tuesday morning, about 6 AM. I'm down here. Got the disco picked up last night. That's been fixed, so that's something else sorted. Keep the missus happy. She's off doing all she stuff today. Anyway, I want to try and get this trumpet back together. I'm back onto that. But I thought I'd just explain a few things regarding difference between wet brakes, dry brakes. So, here we have dry brake discs. There's two of them that go in there. They're quite thick. Yeah, these are some old ones, but it's still the same principle. That spline there fits on that there shaft. One either side of said expander. Now, theoretically, there's some thickness of the spacers and the wet brake discs. That lot there is the same as two of those. The carrier plate that goes on to hold it all in place is pretty much the same, apart from they're in that hole there, because obviously this has to allow oil through, and in the centre here there is a slight difference. There's an oil seal to stop oil coming from that side into this side. So, you know, one of those on a dry brake would sit there, your expander, then another one of those after, then that would sit against that facing there. But obviously there is an oil seal assembly inside there to stop the oil coming through. And obviously you've got your oil seal right down in the bottom there to stop any oil coming from that bit back into that bit, which there is in here because you've got EP90 in that one, and you've got your normal multi-agri in the rest of it. Expanders are the same, they just pull going in and out. The slave cylinders that go on there are different as well, because the wet brake ones, you've got a big boot seal recessed in to stop the oil coming out. The dry brake ones, it's like a mushroom seal, which is just a dust seal on the rod. So, as I say, principle's exactly the same, but there is some differences. So you can't just go put in wet brakes in a dry brake thing, because that carrier plate is different. Obviously, if the oil seals do go, you get these contaminated with oil, and then you don't work. Simple as that. It's a bit of an oddity. I went to put all that lot on here, and I went to put the scroll pin through the diff lock. And usually you've got to actually get a pair of something that lift it up, because the pin's spring loaded. I put it together up. Well, that doesn't seem right. So I taken it off, and I thought something's not right here. And I found that circlip, which was sitting in that groove, was all squished like that. So basically the shaft was just flopping around. The circlip wasn't doing its job to hold the spring, basically. So we'll sort that bit out and put it back together again. Right, that's better. We have got a bit of a spring action on it now. Well, it will do, time. It's got to be squished up. See, that's what I mean. You've actually got to physically squish it back up, get the hole lined up. Just see it there. Then we get the pin in. See, I could have done that just by picking this up, but now the spring is doing its job to keep that diff lock disengaged until the valve that pushes that end operates it. So, good job we spotted that. Well, folks, we're getting ready to put all this trumpet back on here. So we'll get the O-ring which can be bad spot on. I should have done it when it was on the floor the other way up, but alright. It will go on there. Right, that's it, he's sat in place. So now we can swing this back over. Make sure the orientation is correct. Fall on the floor. Now I can't see. So now we can lower this back down onto the diff. How's it? You've got that looking about right. Somewhere there. What have we got lined up? What haven't we got lined up? There we go. Quick turny turny. Just keep a little bit of weight on it. Now we put all the bolts back together. So we're back to where we started from yesterday. So we'll get the foot level go, hook it up there, get it lowered back on the floor, back on my stand, and then we start to tackle those ends. Right, it's safely back on the stand. Now remember all oil that we drained into that hub. We're going to get that out of there now, and then we can tackle getting all these bolts out here. Ready to get that off. So we're going to renew oil seals in the end. So that's going to be a whole world of pain to get that apart. Certainly those circles. We just got up to the truck place. There he is up there. Just going to sort the paperwork out and get back. Nice shiny brand new man vans. All brand new and unregistered. Anyway, we're up and running. And we have no warning lights. Hurrah! Let's get out of here. Oh, that was 2.5 hours done this morning. At least it's back. Better get on with this. We've got one over there. Let's take it apart. Right, time to get this bad boy off of there. I'd seen a post on Facebook on one of the Massey pages. Somebody say, oh, I need to get a special tool to get that bit out. No, you don't. Just a bit of brute force. Hopefully, this should. There's a hole. There's a hole. Should lift up without any need for special tools. Look at that. Well, I'll take the bearing off. Look at that. That one's off out the way. Oh. I've known them a bit tighter than that, but there, at least it's out. I'll take that off out the way as well. And now we've got to get the horrible little clips out in there. And they are horrible. I've got, where are we? In there. I've got the pliers to do it, but they're still horrible to get off because they are quite tight ones. But yeah, we can get that out. On the bearing up, press this out of that, then we can renew the seal. Clean it all up, put it back together. Right, well, as you can see, we've finally got that apart. We've hit the old seal out. So we'll get that in the press, squish that one in, clean it up. I've got some new cork gaskets there to go in that and in that. Have a gander over that. I think that's all okay, what I can see of it. We put this one back together, obviously clean up. But yeah, that one come out a bit better than in the past. I have got some little tools I've made up. When you squeeze it, you can hook it under just to stop it snapping back in the ring again, or in the groove. So let's get that squished in. Right, let's get this thing put back on here. Hopefully it's going to play ball. Spin around things around so I can get my hands in there a little bit. That's it, that can go there. At least we can steady it a bit better. Right. See daisy. Going sat on the shaft, just to support that back weight. Yep. A little bit high, but a bit of jiggery pokery. It will. Yeah. It ain't going anywhere. There's me tub of nuts and bolts. And you get a couple of these in to hold it all together. Oh dear. There, that ain't gonna go anywhere. So, you get the general gist of what we do on a front axle. Now I messaged Flying Fergie back and say, this one might be of interest to him. And how I take one apart and go through the brakes. So, that's done. Time's running out. I've got to go and put the dashboard back together on that truck now. So I'm going to do that other end tomorrow morning. I know I thought I was going to do it today, but I want to make use of the daylight out there. I can do this in the dark tomorrow. So I'll whiz this back together. So in the meantime, thanks for watching. Hope it's been of interest. Hope you might have learned something. Drop us a comment, give us the old thumbs up, hit the old sub button, be much appreciated. And as I said before, if you've got a 1200, 1250, emails in the description, give us a shout what you got and where your location is. And yeah, till the next time, thanks for watching, take it steady.